Ken, thank you very much for joining us. Your storied career in HR in the last about 20 years as a Chief Human Resource Officer of a number of companies, including SunTrust Bank and Cisco Foods, has really been remarkable, and we are really honored to have you here. Can I ask you a few questions about the HR field overall?
Sure.
So first, can you just say a little bit about how HR has or is evolving over these over your career?
Yeah, I think, over a 20-year career, it's a lot different the last 3 or 5 years than it was the first probably 10 years. I'd say a couple things are driving that. One is just the pace of change, speed of change. And then the other is more technical than that, and that, what you're hearing today is in organizations, you have to be great at technology and talent. And so you have HR is going to be playing a more even strong role, I think, in the present and in the future than it has in the past. And HR leaders and HR professionals are going to have to be ambidextrous, if you will, and really understanding social media and technology and digitalization and how to leverage that, both sharing information and obtaining information and using analytics, as well as with the talent side and getting smarter and better about selecting talent, building collaboration, having people work effectively together. And I think another evolving trend is the HR organization being more integral part of the really ongoing success of the business.
So in the 90s and the 80s, finance was really the way to career success. I run around and tell everyone now that HR is the field of the future. Am I close to right? And if so, what makes HR exciting compared to some other fields?
I always knew I liked your insights, Anthony, so I would have to agree with that. I actually think all C-suite executive roles are really critical, and so whether you're a head of finance or a head of HR, having the enterprise mindset and being focused on the enterprise is really important. That said, if you look at each of the business units and functions, I do think HR has the opportunity to be a really exciting career for people. One, you get to engage in all aspects of the business, dealing with customers, dealing with clients, dealing with the investing community now, dealing with the boards of directors and providing information there. And then the technical part of HR, I think, is exciting, whether it's looking at talent and how do you leverage talent, whether it's looking at diversity and inclusion and how do you really make sure that all people are treated with dignity and respect and that all people have opportunities to contribute. The compensation field's an exciting field, and reward systems and how that links to, enabling behavior. I'm not sure driving behavior, but enabling behavior and rewarding the right kinds of behaviors. I think I thought the HR field was an exciting field, an opportunity to make a difference in organizations when I started. I think it's even more so today.
So people don't...
And more so than finance, of course.
For sure. So people don't often see HR as an outcome. But is it fair to say that HR is what's making every other function better?
That's a good question. I think the role of HR is to make all people better and make the organization better. And I'm a little uncomfortable saying that it's only the responsibility of the HR function. I do think they're a primary accountable for that, but I look at having spent 20 years in the C-suite, I really think it's the role of every executive leader, whether you're executive leader of finance or marketing or information technology, to make people better and make the organization better. But within that, I think the HR can play a strong role there.
And just specifically about our program here at the University of South Carolina, can you say a little bit about why getting a Master's of Human Resources here would help someone's career?
Yeah, I think, one, having the technical grounding, foundational experience that you get from a great university, University of South Carolina, one of the best in leading HR professionals or growing HR professionals, gives you the grounding so that you're going to be looked upon to come in and help organizations grow. I also think by going to this school and the relationships that it has with the companies, it's a really good blend of strong academic research in trends and knowledge with pragmatic, practical leadership on how the function's being led in companies. And I think that partnership that masters and even undergrad students can gain from coming here is going to pay big dividends for students that graduate from here down the road.
Thank you very much for your time today. We appreciate it.
You bet. Glad to be here.